This is a truly fascinating hypothetical matchup between two of the most powerful and iconic characters in their respective universes. To determine who would win, we have to carefully analyze their abilities, strengths, weaknesses, and battle tactics. Let's break it down. Madara Uchiha, final form, Rinnegan and Sharingan. Madara possesses both the Rinnegan and the Sharingan, giving him control over space-time, immense perception, and the ability to manipulate chakra to an incredible degree. His infinite Tsukuyomi could trap Sukuna in an illusion, rendering him defenseless, though Sukuna's resistance to mental manipulation might counter this. Ten-Tail, Jinchuriki. When Madara becomes the Jinchuriki of the Ten Tails, he is essentially a god in terms of chakra reserves and destructive power. His truth-seeking balls, chakra absorption, and regeneration abilities make him nearly invincible in this form. Susanoo, Madara's perfect Susanoo, is a towering, indestructible avatar of chakra capable of obliterating entire landscapes. It's almost impossible to damage it with physical attacks, and it can even perform high-level offensive techniques like Amaterasu, which is a fire that cannot be extinguished, and Indra's Arrow, a devastating blast of energy. Shinra Tensei and Chibaku. Tensei Madara can manipulate gravity and space itself with his Shinra Tensei to repel enemies or objects, and Chibaku Tensei to create massive destructive gravitational pulls. Sukuna, Cursed Energy Mastery. Sukuna is the king of curses, with centuries of battle experience and mastery over cursed energy. His cursed techniques like cleave and dismantle allow him to slice through almost anything, making his offensive abilities a real threat. Malevolent Shrine, his domain expansion, could cut down Madara's defenses and attack him directly at close range. Regeneration and endurance. Sukuna's regeneration is extraordinary and his body can heal from nearly any injury. He has also shown the ability to withstand fatal blows, though there is a limit. Sukuna's battle instinct and adaptability make him a dangerous adversary, always learning and countering on the fly. Domain expansion, Malevolent Shrine. This technique creates an area where all attacks are a perfect cleave, meaning they can slice through anything, including Madara's Susanoo. It also creates a dangerous, cursed atmosphere, making it incredibly difficult to escape. Cursed techniques Sukuna's cleave and dismantle work on an atomic level, able to cut through even the most indestructible materials. His fire arrow can target specific points in Madara's defense, making him dangerous even at long range. Madara is an extremely tactical and patient fighter, always thinking several steps ahead. He fights not only with power but with intelligence, using his vast chakra reserves, his ability to manipulate space-time, and his profound understanding of his enemy's weaknesses. He's also known for his ability to adapt mid-battle, using his Rinnegan to anticipate and counter various attacks. Sukuna is a ruthless, chaotic, and instinctive fighter, relying on his raw power, combat experience, and adaptability. Unlike Madara, Sukuna is less about precise planning and more about overwhelming his opponents with brutal force and speed. He can take significant damage and still continue fighting, using his body and cursed techniques with deadly efficiency. Sukuna's ability to adapt during battle is one of his strongest traits. He learns and exploits weaknesses faster than most enemies. Near immortality. In his Ten Tails Jinchuriki form, Madara is nearly invulnerable, able to regenerate from almost any wound. Control over reality. The Rinnegan grants Madara control over space-time, chakra absorption, and gravity manipulation. This could be key in countering Sukuna's cursed techniques. Massive destructive capacity. Madara can create devastating attacks like Indra's Arrow and Chibaku Tensei, which could cause massive destruction. His perfect Susanoo is also capable of overwhelming foes with sheer power. Overconfidence. Madara tends to underestimate his opponents, especially in his final form. If Sukuna finds an opening, Madara's arrogance could be his downfall. Domain expansion. Sukuna's Malevolent Shrine could potentially bypass Madara's defenses, especially if Madara is caught off guard and unable to react quickly enough. Unmatched cursed energy. Sukuna's cursed energy is at a godlike level, allowing him to tear apart his enemies with ease, brutality, and instinct. He doesn't rely on fancy techniques but rather on his sheer battle prowess, cutting through opponents with brutal efficiency. His cleave and dismantle abilities are capable of bypassing Madara's defense. Domain expansion. Malevolent Shrine could effectively neutralize many of Madara's most powerful abilities, especially if Madara is within the range of Sukuna's domain. Limited body. Sukuna is currently inhabiting a fragment of his true original body, and while he's strong, he's not in his full prime form. This might limit his raw power compared to Madara's Ten Tails Jinchuriki form, though this is still debatable. Vulnerable to high-level tactics. Sukuna relies on brute force and doesn't have the same wide range of strategic options that Madara possesses. If Madara can outmaneuver Sukuna, he could exploit this flaw. Madara would likely win in the majority of scenarios, primarily due to the following reasons. Immense chakra and regeneration. Madara, as the Ten Tails Jinchuriki, has an endless supply of chakra and the regenerative abilities to withstand nearly anything Sukuna throws at him. His truth-seeking balls and chakra absorption could mitigate Sukuna's cursed energy attacks, potentially nullifying Sukuna's offensive techniques. Strategic mind. Madara is not only powerful but incredibly intelligent. His use of the Rinnegan and Sharingan gives him abilities that would allow him to counter Sukuna's cursed techniques. He could potentially outlast Sukuna even if it takes time, using Shinra Tensei, Shibaku Tensei, and Susanoo to control the battlefield. Power of the Ten Tails. Madara's power as a Ten Tails Jinchuriki is on an entirely different level compared to Sukuna's. While Sukuna's domain expansion and cleave dismantle are formidable, Madara's perfect Susanoo and overwhelming chakra supply would give him the edge in sheer power. However, Sukuna could still win under specific circumstances. If Madara underestimated Sukuna or made a tactical mistake, Sukuna could exploit that. His malevolent shrine would be incredibly dangerous to Madara, potentially bypassing his defenses and striking at his core. If Sukuna could find a way to damage Madara's chakra system or prevent his regeneration, Sukuna could capitalize on that weakness. In the end, Madara's sheer versatility, regenerative capabilities, and tactical brilliance give him the edge in most scenarios. While Sukuna is immensely powerful, Madara's ability to manipulate reality, his massive chakra reserves, and his mastery over destructive techniques would likely overwhelm Sukuna in the long run. So Madara Uchiha would win the majority of the time. But Sukuna's resilience and power make it a very close and unpredictable battle.